Disconnected.
And for one, the CU is stowed in the pouch.
Copy for EV1.
And for one, the CU is stowed in the package. Don't hear by me.
Copy for EV1.
See my left hand now? Yep. Don't hear by me.
Copy for EV1.
Got it.
This is Mission Control Houston, the International Space Station, flying from southwest to northeast, about to cross the coast of California north of San Francisco at an altitude of 250 miles. Today's spacewalk officially beginning at 6:23 a.m. Central Time, 7:23 a.m. Eastern Time. Shane Kimbrough and Peggy Whitson now gathering their tools and tethers. Kimbrough will be first to egress the Quest airlock's crew lock, joined a few minutes later by Peggy Whitson, and then they'll make their way to the work site on the S4 truss of the International Space Station to begin today's activities. Joined a few.
And EV2 confirm the SU is in the pouch?
Yes, it is in the pouch.
Copy. On the
EV2. No.
Copy. On the crew lock, check that the depress pump manual isolation valve is closed.
Closed.
On the DCM, temperature control valve max heat.
Inward for 2.
Inward for 1.
Max hot for 2.
Max hot for 1.
Switch water on.
Water on, EV1.
Water on, EV2.
On the DCM, check blank and bite off.
EV1, blank, no bite.
Blank, no bite for 2.
You can now put the temperature control valve as desired.
Inward, EV1.
Same for 2.
Let's see where I'm at here. Okay, set for EV1. You set, Peg?
Yeah, mine's set. Sorry. Yeah, I was set.
Copy. Please read your suit pressure gauge.
4.3 for EV2.
4.3 EV1.
Copy. 4.3 for both EV1 and EV2. You are going to step out in the darkness at the moment, so check your visors as desired.
Visors up, lights are on for EV1.
Same for 2.
And in 15 seconds, we're going to lose comm for a couple of seconds, so I will catch you on the other side.
Okay, we clear the egress, right?
Once you read the configuration.
Step that they'll take care of. The next step is the egress itself.
there's a handrail clamp right here when you come out, Peg.
Yeah. That happened before STS 123.
Peggy, you want to look at me for a minute?
Let's see if I can get that way.
E1 and EV2, we are back with you. I'm ready to read your configuration for the tethers.
Okay, I'll just read it out to you the way I see it, Luca, and you can check it off. My right waist tether closed and locked on my right D-ring extender, connected to Peggy's safety tether. Both hooks closed and locked, lock on block. And my safety tethers are on my right D-ring extender. Red hook connected to the D-ring extender, closed and locked. Yellow hook is closed and locked. Both reels are unlocked. Green hook is unlocked. And I have the blank hook on my mini workstation.
And ED2 has my safety tether reel with the red hook on my D-ring extender. And it's closed and locked. Sails closed. Both reels are unlocked. And my right safety tether is on the D-ring extender. And Shane, you can verify that's closed and locked, right?
It is closed and locked, yes.
And for EV2, can you check the yellow hook on the green and the green hook on the red?
Sure. Sure, I'm sorry.
I'm looking at them now, too.
Green hook is locked, or yellow hook is locked on the second reel, and green hook is unlocked and hooked on the first.
EV1, EV2, that's a good configuration. EV1, you are clear to open the hatch, thermal cover, and egress.
Okay, let's open the egress now. All right, let me get a local setup, Peg, and then I'll get busy.
Yeah, no worries. No rush.
All right, I got my local set, and I'll get my tether set. And I got my safety tether on the forward D-ring. Closed and locked. Look, we got a little sunrise coming. I'll get yours set up, Peg.
Okay.
Peg, yours is on the aft D-ring. Gate closed, slider locked. So you have a go-to under your waist tether.
Okay.
If you would like.
Yeah, I'll hold on that for a second.
Okay.
If you want to check your visor, if you need it or not, or...
Yeah, let me go ahead and get that working. All right, visor's down.
All right, and I've got your crew lock bag. Number 1 right here at the hatch.
All right, let me get in position here.
Good thing.
All right, let me get a red on that. Send it back to me, Peg.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. That goes too soon.
I get the handrail side here. I got a red on it. I'll release your reds.
I'm ready.
And it's wrapped around the handrail there. All right, coming back to you.
Ready.
I'll get this on my PRT. All right, PRT and Reddit titles are out. I have crew lock bag 1.
Okay.
Get stowed.
I've disconnected my right waist tether. And
Let me look over here at this, where I can put the, okay, see a good spot for it.
great.
This is Mission Control Houston, a view of Shane Kimbrough outside of the outer thermal hatch of the International Space Station, the spacewalk having begun 13 and a half minutes ago with the 2 crew members, Kimbrough and Peggy Whitson, having placed their suits on internal battery power. Kimbrough is currently gathering various bags of tools and equipment that he and Whitson will bring to the S4 truss work site as the battery replacement and adapter plate replacement work continues. Kimbrough, as you can see, with his feet out of the hatchway of Quest, wearing the suit bearing the red stripes as EV1, or extravehicular crew member number 1. Peggy Whitson as EV2 is wearing the suit that has no stripes.
Okay.
Hold on a second, let me get on the other side.
All right, no worries. I gotta get my bag.
Okay, I'm on the forward side. Clear.
All right. Closing this bag came open. Bring over.
Are you crew like that?
Yeah. Bye. Okay. Okay, I'm ready to crew lock bag 2 and going to release it from the airlock.
Peggy, come on too.
Now go ahead.
Can you check the GoPro attachment in the bag?
Okay, I will. Yes, it is attached. You're seeing the free ret on the camera attachment. Good call, though.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yep, no, appreciate it.
Thanks so much. Good call.
Okay, you ready for me to come out?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm on the forward side.
This is Mission Control Houston, just about 16 minutes into today's spacewalk. Kimbrough and Whitson are gathering all of the tools associated with today's spacewalk as the International Space Station flies 250 miles over Montreal, about to begin a track from northwest to southeast that will carry the orbital outpost and its 6 crew members across the northern Atlantic Ocean.
There it is. Okay. Do that right. Okay.
Just behind you to the left are the shields, but they're not in your way right now.
All right. Okay.
All right, let's do some vital checks.
Yeah.
See that? Want to get your visor or not?
Yeah, I'm going to grab it first here.
Okay. Check you out. I see both your safer handles are down. don't see your green light on the TV.
Oh, okay.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Does not want to stay. All right, so you got 2 helmet lights on each side. That's good. Your T tab is up. I can do the helmet light too.
Okay, and it's on the, let's see.
It's on your right side. It's right by your right finger there.
Kimbrough and Whitson are currently performing what are called buddy checks, basically checking each other's spacesuits out to make sure that they are in a good configuration. They're also checking their own helmet absorption pads, or HAPs as they are known. These are absorption pads that were introduced into the helmets of all spacewalkers in the wake of water intrusion in the helmet of Luca Parmitano during a spacewalk a few years ago that he conducted with Chris Cassidy, NASA's chief astronaut, that resulted in an early termination of that spacewalk.
Before your lights are on, and both handles are down.
Okay. Lights on each side of mine? Helmet lights?
Yes, yes.
All right, thank you. I'll close the thermal cover.
Yeah.
We should be getting our first views from the helmet cameras mounted on the helmets of Kimbrough and Whitson a short time from now. For reference, once those helmet camera views begin, Kimbrough's helmet camera number that you'll see in the lower right-hand corner of your screen will be 18. Peggy Whitson's helmet camera will be 20.
There we go.
Thank you. That's good.
EV1 and EV2, we see
okay, EV1. Go ahead.
We see the thermal cover is closed, and whenever you're ready, we can have you start with your procedures.
Okay, Peggy, I'm going to head out to get the APFR, so I'll see you up there.
All righty.
See the shields, right? Yep.
For EV1, you will translate to the port SITA cart with 3, and while you translate, I have a caution to avoid inadvertent contact with deployed task cable. They are both on the Zenith and Nader SITA rails.
Okay, copy.
The WIF referred to by Spacewalk communicator Luca Parmitano here in Mission Control is an acronym for Worksite Interface. As Shane Kimbrough will make his way now to the worksite of the S4 truss, where he will install an articulating portable foot restraint that he will plant his feet in as he and Whitson begin the work to release bolts on one of the adapter plates currently seated in an external pallet that carried new lithium-ion batteries and associated adapter plates aboard the H-2 transfer vehicle, the Japanese cargo ship that arrived at the International Space Station back on December 13th.
I'm releasing the rat. I've routed to it, releasing the adjustable rat here attached.
Okay, copy that. I have a warning for EV2. Do not touch the dual lock material once exposed to any sunlight. The material will melt, and if contacts the EMU may pose a catastrophic hazard to the crew. Also have a caution to ensure that the bundle D handle is pointed outward from station to prevent impact to pressurized element.
Okay, understand.
And a good view of Shane Kimbrough as he makes his way methodically down the truss of the International Space Station towards the starboard 4 truss worksite.
Small is attached to the starboardmost stanchion. I'm going to have to release my local and go up above to grab the other side.
Copy EV2, and if you could read me the handrail number.
It is 0559.
Copy.
Right?
Copy, that's perfect. And I just have two checks for you to make sure that the D-handle side of the bundle is biased to the port side, and also that it's facing aft and away from structure.
Yes, I understand. I won't be able to do that until I get it onto the zenith and verify it. Okay, when I pull it, the other strap down.
Copy, thanks.
Yeah. I can't quite reach that other handrail, so I got to go around on the airlock.
And for EV1, I see you on the SITA cart with 3. Probably you're stowing crew bag number 1 on the APFR, and then you will retrieve the APFR and put it on your BRT.
Okay, copy that, Luca. I got a RET on the ATFR already, working on the crew lock bag.
Copy, thanks.
This is Mission Control Houston. One correction on one of the helmet cam numbers. Peggy Whitson's helmet cam number is 17, not 20, as we originally indicated. The crew obviously swapped helmet camera serial numbers out, so Shane Kimbrough's helmet camera should come in at 18, as you would see in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, and the view here is from Peggy Whitson's helmet camera as she makes her way to the external pallet that was carried up on the H2 transfer vehicle, and which is now mounted on an attachment fixture at the S4 or starboard forward truss worksite.
All right, Luke, I got the bag connected. I'm going to clean it up a little bit here, but I got to get in a better position. I'm ready to the APFR. I'm going to release the APFR to get it on my BRT.
Copy, let me know when that is complete.
Will do.
Yeah. Handrails are particularly convenient for me. If you want me to call it, it's still attached by one. We can get it again on their way back if you don't want me to lay here.
And we copy Peggy, stand by, and we'll come up with an answer.
Okay.
All right, Luke, I have the APFR on my BRT. Also has a RET on it, and I have a RET to the crew lock bag, and the crew lock bag is attached to the APFR.
And Shane, you will translate to S4 with 10. You will stop on S3, phase 6 to handrail 3011 to drop your green hook. And I have to read you a couple of cautions, and these are both for you and Peggy, so if you please listen. To avoid inadvertent contact with the MBS, SSRMS, SPDM taped radiative surfaces. Those are the VDU, ACU, GEU, LEU, MCU, CRPCMs, and cameras. Do not translate on S4 batteries released H1 fixture with the status indicator unlocked. do not translate or install scoops onto PSCS H1 and H2 SQDC interfaces. For
B1 copies.
2 copies.
And Peggy, we are suggesting to put a rat onto the hook of the tether and see if you can pull that towards you doing that.
Okay, that's what I was going to try and do. I just didn't know if you wanted me to take time now to do it if I'm in work.
Yes, Peggy, you are go to do that.
Peggy Whitson moving in the vicinity of the Quest airlock as she continues to gather equipment that she will bring out to the starboard fore truss work site to join Shane Kimbrough as they begin their procedures to remove the first of 3 adapter plates that will be moved from the external pallet carried up on the HTV transfer vehicle back in December to the integrated electronics assembly for the 3A channel at the base of the solar arrays on the S4 truss or starboard fore truss. This is a good view of the front of the airlock, the Quest airlock of the International Space Station. In the upper right-hand corner is the Soyuz vehicle that is docked to the Rosviet module on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station that brought
Copy, Shane.
Shane Kimbrough and his crewmates, Sergei Ryzhikov and Andrei Borisenko, to the station back in October.
And you will check.
We've temporarily passed out of range of communications of our tracking and data relay satellite system for a downlink television capability. Some 29 minutes into today's spacewalk, the International Space Station flying 250 miles over Mauritania, moving from northwest to southeast.
Green hook is on 3011.
Good words.
We are handing over satellites on the TDRS, or Tracking and Data Relay Satellite System. We'll be regaining our downlink television capability from the station momentarily. And back with our downlink video from the helmet camera from Shane Kimbrough, the Expedition 50 commander, as he makes his way towards the starboard fore truss work site, where he will install a portable foot restraint that he will be mounted in. His feet will be planted in to conduct the work in concert with Peggy Whitson to release the first order of business. Basically will be to break the torque on all 3 adapter plates that are mounted in the external pallet, so that those adapter plates can be removed one by one and moved over to the appropriate slots on the integrated electronics assembly.
And talking to EVA and see what they think.
Okay.
The gauntlets are in place across the sides. Now I'm on the IEA.
Copy, Shane. If you could check your gauntlets in place, and for Peggy, just cinch it down where it is, and then we'll come back later and clean up if we need to.
Okay, cinched.
And gauntlets were in place there, Luca.
Copy. Thank you so much. Peggy, you are go to translate to S1 Endrail 3217. On the way, avoid inadvertent contact with deployed task cable, zenith and nadir SETA rails.
Okay, copy.
The header looked pretty clear from what I saw, Peggy.
Okay, great.
Let's take a look. Well,
Okay.
Shane, when you get to S4 with 10, you will install the APFR with a clocking of 1. And once you have done that with a good black on black and put-twist test, I'll give you the rest of the settings.
okay, sounds good. I'm here at with 10, so I get the APFR ready.
And we see that on your helmet cam. That's perfect. And for EV2, while you're translating, I'm going to read you a couple of warnings and cautions, and those are for both of you if you're ready.
Two's ready.
One's ready.
Okay, on the EP wheels, don't touch for pinch points. EP grapple shaft, there's two of them, no touch dry film lube. And there's a sharp edge hazard, keep hands away from PDGF curving coupling teeth. Also, while working on the EP, the crew must not impart loads into the EP for translation, bolt operation, or release. Do not touch nitrohydrogen batteries installed on the EP because only one bolt is engaged. Sudden stops and quick grabs are not allowed on the EP. Adapter plate handrail for translating with AP only. Do not attach BRT while AP installed to use as a restraint. Also avoid translating on XYZ area of EP.
Copy.
One copy.
On the cedar rail.
Copy EV2 and we see it.
All right, Luca, APFR is installed into whiff 10. Good pull test, good twist test.
Copy. The setting is going to be Romeo, Romeo, Foxtrot 12.
Good. Romeo, Romeo is set. I'll work on the others.
East 1.
Peggy, when you get to handrail 3217 on starboard 1, it is past the MT under the starboard SETA cart, and at phase 6 at the S1, S3 interface, you will drop the green hook on 3217.
3217. On the way.
Luca, 1 Romeo, Romeo, Foxtrot 12, and ingress 8 is extended.
Copy. That's perfect. Now you can store the crew bag number 1 between the medial lithium-ion battery tether point, which is in slot 3, and starboard 4 handrail 2225.
Okay, and work.
This is Mission Control Houston, 35 minutes into today's spacewalk that began at 6:23 a.m. Central Time. Shane Kimbrough is now at the starboard forward truss worksite. He has installed a portable foot restraint on a worksite interface point on the truss, to which he will plant his feet a short time from now to begin working in concert with Peggy Whitson, who is en route to the external pallet, within which are housed 3 adapter plates that will be unbolted and moved one by one from the external pallet to the integrated electronics assembly at the base of the starboard 4 solar arrays, as the power conversion of old batteries to new batteries continues for the 3A power channel on the International Space Station.
And I see 3217.
All right, green light on, Luca.
Copy, and we have a good view.
My handrail is 3217, correct, Luca?
That is correct, and you can drop your green hook there.
Okay, green hook is down. 3217.
Copy, that's good words.
And I'm heading back.
Copy, Peggy.
I'm heading back to the POA now.
Copy, Peggy. You're clear to translate to the EP. On the way to the EP, you will stop at handrail 8400 and do a check for sharp edges, and then, if necessary, we will drop the cover.
Understand.
The EP referred to by Spacewalk communicator Luca Parmitano here in Mission Control is the external pallet. That is the housing that was extracted from the H-2 transfer vehicle as we watch Peggy Whitson make her way to that external pallet on which there are 3 adapter plates. There in all 6 adapter plates and 6 new lithium-ion batteries for the station's power system were launched on the HTV vehicle aboard an H-2B rocket from the Tanegashima Space Center in southern Japan back on December 9th. The HTV itself arriving on the station on December 13th. It was extracted robotically from the HTV and placed on an attachment fixture on the truss of the station that you see there next to Peggy Whitson on December 14th. That began the series of robotic movements of new lithium-ion batteries from that pallet over to the integrated electronics assembly and the removal of old nickel hydrogen batteries to be stored on the external pallet for later disposal.
8400. It looks like it's on the surface, not indented. Want me to take a ret and look at it or not?
And Peggy, can you use a ret and feel if there is any kind of bump?
Right. Amazing that we get bird stuff on here. Up here this high? Yeah, it comes right off. It's evidently something that was scratched onto it. Paint.
Peggy, we are happy with what you saw and what you did, so we don't need a clamp on the location. You can continue on to the EP.
All right, in work. Okay.
Peggy, when you get to the EP, you will be looking for handrail 7308.
All right. Okay. Going into butterfly action on the
All right,
T.
I'm going to the socket caddy here.
This is Mission Control Houston, an outstanding view of Peggy Whitson, now in her 7th spacewalk, tying her with Sunny Williams of NASA for the most spacewalks ever conducted by a woman.
I'm moving very
Whitson is at the external pallet. As you can see, HTV-6 written at the very top, and the reflection of the Earth flying below on a shiny surface on the edge of the external pallet. That was removed from the side of the HTV cargo craft and mounted on that attachment fixture at the starboard fore truss of the International Space Station. Whitson will be working with a ratchet wrench and a hex driver, basically a high-tech power tool to break the torque on the bolts holding 3 adapter plates in place on that external pallet so that they can be moved over to the integrated electronics assembly for the 3A channel as the power reconfiguration of the station to new batteries continues. The International Space Station currently flying 250 miles over Angola.
Good words.
And they're connected to the ret now from the crew lock bag. The PTT is with it.
Copy. Good words.
Okay. Relock bag is tethered. 7308. I'm going to release my BRT and my ret.
9 inches hex pads on the torque wrench. Good pull test.
Good work, Shane. You can store the socket caddy back in the crew log bag number 1.
Okay, that's complete.
Copy. Next thing, you will retrieve the 2 square scoops and install them on the center row, middle position, nickel hydrogen battery, which is slot 4, and make sure to install H2 first.
The H2 first.
Peggy, after you retrieve the ratchet wrench with the hex driver, I have a caution to read for you. It's to, while you're using it, to break torque on the AP bolts, you have to wait until EP motion dampens out between attempts.
Okay, understand. I'm good.
The first adapter plate that will be removed from this external pallet at the S4 truss worksite will be from slot A, as it is known, on the external pallet brought up by the H2 transfer vehicle cargo ship. It will be moved then into an empty slot on the integrated electronics assembly called slot 6. This is again a shell game of sorts, as adapter plates and new batteries replace the old nickel hydrogen batteries. 12 in all are being removed, 9 of which will be mounted back on the external pallet to be disposed on the HTV when it is deorbited to burn up in the Earth's atmosphere. It can only accommodate 9 batteries of the old variety, the nickel hydrogen batteries, coming home. 3 of the old nickel hydrogen batteries will remain in slots on the integrated electronics assembly on the S4 trusses power system.
With maximum 1 turn.
1 turn complete on H1 adapter plate alpha.
Copy, you go for AP Bravo, and for EV1, Shane, you are go to local tether.
Okay, copy. Thank you.
And for Shane, let me know if you need indication on how to install the scoops on the battery.
Okay, I should be good on that. Thanks.
Okay, 1 line plus.
Copy, good words.
And 1 turn.
Copy, good words. You'll go to brake torque on H2, maximum 1 turn, and confirm 1 line flush.
Okay, Wilco. It seems to be a little stuck. Let me see if I can get him out. Okay, and you said H2 on alpha, or we switching into Charlie?
Now you're good for H2 on AP Alpha.
Okay, in work.
All right, Luke, I got a I had it on, but I got to release it because I can't get the adjustable off. So they're in a better spot.
Copy, Shane, and we have a good view on your VWS.
"49 minutes into today's spacewalk, a good view of Peggy Whitson as she continues to work with a ratchet wrench to break the torque on the bolts holding 3 adapter plates in place on the external pallet of the International Space Station's HTV vehicle. The HTV brought up this pallet upon which new lithium-ion batteries and associated adapter plates were stowed. The new lithium-ion batteries, 3 of them so far, have been moved over to the integrated electronics assembly for the 3A channel power upgrade. The adapter plates are going to be moved as well today to take their appropriate slots on that integrated electronics assembly. 2 of the adapter plates will be mountings for old nickel hydrogen batteries that will not be returned for disposal on the HTV vehicle. These adapter plates also carry a data and power cable that will be hooked up to the new lithium-ion batteries to provide power and data for the new batteries as they begin their job of providing power for 2 of the power channels on the International Space Station's power system. We are handing over communications between satellites on our tracking and data relay satellite system. The International Space Station is passing over the southern Indian Ocean south of Madagascar, orbiting at an altitude of 250 statute miles, 50 minutes into today's spacewalk. Everything proceeding well. In the final stage of the reconfiguration of the 3A power channel systems, robotics will resume on Sunday to begin once again moving batteries back and forth between the HTV's external pallet and the 1A power channel's integrated electronics assembly, setting the stage for next Friday's spacewalk, the second of these 2 spacewalks to upgrade the station's power system. The second spacewalk, a week from today, will feature Shane Kimbrough and Thomas Pesquet of the European Space Agency.
Left glove looks good, no change. Right glove, no change. Try hat.
Copy, Shane. At this point, you'll go to translate to the EP, and while you're on the EP, fairly on the handrails as required.
Okay, copy that.
H2, 1 line flush on adapter plate alpha.
Are they driving, Peg? Pretty good?
So far, good.
Great.
And Peggy, we copied your checks on AP Alpha, and I understand that you also broke torque already. And the next will be AP Bravo H2.
I haven't got a full turn on Alpha yet, on H2 on Alpha yet. Only a half a turn, so working the second half of that.
Copy that.
It's around the connectors. Okay, 1 line flush going for the other half. Okay, got it. On Alpha.
And Peggy, I copy your checks. However, as long as you break the torque and you feel that it's a loose, that's all you need. We need maximum one turn, but not a full turn.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, I hadn't understood that.
and what you've done so far is perfectly fine. As long as you feel that the torque braking and you can give us that check, you're totally fine.
Okay, great. All right, I'm heading to Bravo.
All right, I'm heading your way, Peg. I'm just at the starboard seat of car right now.
Okay.
And Shane, while you're translating, you are 24 minutes ahead at this point.
Okay, copy. Thank you. All right, I see your tether here. Green hook, Peggy.
Yep. Okay. Okay, adapter plate, Bravo. H2, it's loose, dead. Have a turn on it.
Copy H2 on Bravo.
It goes over the... Okay. And did I get in our pickup location since he's almost here? Or try and go for the H1 on Charlie?
Peggy, that's correct. You will brake, torque, and release H1 on adapter plate Charlie. You will confirm one line flush, and then after you brake torque, you will fully release it by about 8 turns.
Okay.
This is Mission Control Houston, approaching the 1 hour mark into today's planned 6.5 hour spacewalk. Peggy Whitson on your left, and Shane Kimbrough now coming into the field of view with his suit marked by red stripes. Joining Whitson at the external pallet that was launched on the Japanese H2 transfer vehicle cargo ship, which housed 6 new lithium-ion batteries and associated adapter plates that will provide power for the new lithium-ion batteries once installed on the integrated electronics assembly for the 3A channel of the International Space Station, and then a week from today for the 1A channel on the International Space Station.
I'll just hold, no rush.
U-turn. U-turn.
Whitson continues work to break the torque on the bolts holding these 3 adapter plates in place.
Yeah, I have to at least 8 turns on this.
Each adapter plate weighs 84 pounds and measures 40.4 by 36.8 by 7.9 inches. Again, they will serve as essentially mounting points for the 3 old nickel hydrogen batteries that will remain on the station inactive. They also have data link cables that will be hooked up to new lithium ion batteries to provide power and data for the new batteries so that they can be checked out and then activated by the electrical systems officer here in Mission Control.
If I could help, just let me know and I'll stop. I'll come up.
Once again, a short gap in communications on our downlink television signal through the tracking and data relay satellite system as we pass the 1-hour mark into today's spacewalk. The 3rd for Shane Kimbrough, the 7th for Peggy Whitson, the 196th spacewalk in support of space station assembly and maintenance.
If you could come out kind of where you're supposed to be for the positioning, it's kind of where my feet are. Let me see if I can twist around a little bit. You could maybe help hold my back while I push down on this thing.
Okay. I'll wait till you get done moving.
Okay. I'm done moving?
Okay, I'm going to move. And we can PRT and everything to these handrails?
Yes. Not the adapter plate.
Got it. Alright, I got a local. Let me get PRT'd. A little more support. PRT's on. You want me to hold your feet, you said?
Well, the back of my puss, one or the other.
Okay.
Whatever you can get your hand on first.
Push you down.
Yeah.
Helping?
Yeah, it is. I can see the wrench is coming out now. You know, like I'm backing it out.
Okay.
From the helmet camera of Shane Kimbrough, a view of Peggy Whitson continuing to use a ratchet wrench to unbolt the 3 adapter plates that will be moved sequentially one by one over from this external pallet stowage location to the integrated electronics assembly at the base of the starboard fore truss. The International Space Station about to pass into an orbital sunset over the southern Indian Ocean, moving from southwest to northeast, soon to begin a track that will carry it just to the south of Adelaide, Australia.
It came out halfway through. Good. Yeah. Out of the again.
Good view of the 2 spacewalkers, Shane Kimbrough on the left, wearing the suit bearing the red stripes, EV1 or extravehicular crew member number 1. Peggy Whitson doing the bulk of the work at the moment as she continues to use this ratchet wrench to unfasten the bolts holding these 3 adapter plates in place on the external pallet.
See the other second line.
It's coming out, son.
It's just below the edge. It doesn't seem to be changing. Okay, so Luca, the second line is just below the edge of the interface, and I've reattached, pulled it out and reattached 2 or 3 times. It does not seem to be changing. Doesn't seem to be coming out like I think it should.
And we copy that, Peggy. Stand by.
Okay. I don't know if you can see it on my helmet cam, where the line is relative to the...
Push my head there.
Okay. Can you see? Can you see in the helmet cam where that line is?
And we have a little bit of shadows on the helmet cam. However, we have a suggestion from EVA to use the palm wheel at this point and see if you can feel the bolt jumping.
Hold you again.
Yeah. I can push down on it harder.
All right.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't seem to be jumping, like, you know.
Copy. It doesn't seem to be jumping, and you can confirm that the one line is flush.
I would say it's one line below flush. Seems to me like it's still within. It doesn't look like how the others looked when the line was flush. It may just be the shadows, I don't know, or maybe the angle of my head. But it's a little deep to me. The thing is, it's not changing, which makes me think it's out.
Okay, everybody, EV2, we are going to stop working on AP Charlie at this point, and we are going to work on AP Alpha and Bravo and continue on. So, Peggy, you will start the ratchet wrench in curl bag number 2, retrieve the socket caddy, and install the hex driver onto the PGT.
Okay.
And I'll stay still until you tell me.
All right. I've got the socket caddy. Oh, not the PGT. That's it. 9 inch on the red.
All right, sun's going down.
Okay. 9 inches installed, good pull test.
Copy, install, good pull test. And Peggy, once you have stowed the socket caddy back in the club bag, you can perform a glove inspection and a hub check.
No change on gloves or hat.
Copy that.
Okay.
I'd help you if I could, but I gotta stay still.
It's all right.
Sorry.
So, we're going to need to go down.
Right.
Actually, you want to get, I'll stay still, you turn to 180.
Okay. You're gonna do it by me?
No, I'm going to go down on next to adapter plate Alpha and Charlie. You're going to come heads down toward that.
Okay. Got it. I'll just wait here. Stop now.
Okay. Okay, slide down around the corner here.
And for both EV1 and EV2, while you're positioning for AP alpha release on the POA side, I can remind you to BRT as required.
Copy EV1. Thank you, Luca.
Okay.
Let me know when you're set, then I'll move.
Okay. I am set.
Okay. On the way. Okay, Peg, I'm set.
Okay. Okay. Trig to Cal pass. Back in motor. Okay. LED test is good. All right, Luca.
Peggy, I copy your checks.
You need the settings?
I copy your checks, and the PGT setting is Alpha 7 Counter 2. You will install the hex driver onto AP Alpha H1 and confirm one line visible. After that, you will release for 8 turns.
I'm still.
Okay.
You have a red on it?
Oh, not yet.
Okay.
That's better. That's torquing out. Can you hold this?
Got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Evidently. That's the ratchet wrench was set wrong. We set them, but
Okay, you get it?
that's 2G2 back. Okay, one line flash.
I agree.
That's any turn, but it looks the same as the one on Charlie.
Okay.
So that's
See,
good.
one flash and one visible is what I saw.
Okay. And that was, ended up doing a full 17 turns, so confident it's out. Back to counterclockwise 2. I have to do the same with this one too.
For Bravo. Okay. Like you're on AP Bravo H1.
Correct.
Okay, I copy that you released for AP Alpha H1 and you're going for AP Bravo H1 with one line flush.
See one line.
Yep.
Break your torque out.
Okay.
And for Peggy again, it's about 8 turns to release.
Okay, copy.
Once again, at the 1 hour, 15-minute mark into today's spacewalk, Peggy Whitson and Shane Kimbrough working in tandem. Kimbrough with the red stripes on his suit at the top of your picture, Whitson on the right, as they continue to break torque on the bolts holding 3 adapter plates in place on the external pallet that's mounted on an attachment fixture on the truss of the International Space Station. Once this is completed, the first adapter plate to be removed will be removed from external pallet slot A, as it is known, and moved over to Integrated Electronics Assembly slot 6, an empty slot at the moment on the 3A side of the Integrated Electronics Assembly at the base of the solar arrays on the S4 truss of the International Space Station.
Okay, one line flash.
Yeah.
Okay, I can definitely feel it in the going over the bumps on that one. All right. I think it's
And
one line flash.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Next. Okay. That was 9 turns.
copy, Peggy, 9 turns. You are going to attach your ret to AP Alpha, and then after it's retted, you are going to lock out the ret, leaving some slack, and go for AP Alpha H2.
Okay. Can you hold that again?
Got it.
Slide down.
I'm not sure I'll be able to reach, but I'll reposition on it.
The reference to H1 and H2, there are 2 bolts holding each of these adapter plates, as well as the batteries themselves, in place that must be removed before the apparatus itself can be removed from the external pallet.
Turn down here. Okay. All right.
These plates, once again, will serve as the mountings for, in this particular spacewalk, 2 of the old nickel hydrogen batteries, a third to be left on the integrated electronics assembly on the station for storage. They cannot be brought back on the external pallet for disposal. It can only accommodate 9 out of the 12 old nickel hydrogen batteries, so 3 of the old batteries must be left in place. They'll be mounted on these adapter plates, and all 3 of the adapter plates have data link cables, as they are called, that will provide data and power to the new lithium-ion batteries that were robotically moved from the external pallet over to the integrated electronics assembly several days ago.
Tag on to your right side.
Okay. Can you grab the TTT? Hold it.
Got it.
Okay, you have that?
I have it.
Okay. Can I slide this past your hand?
Okay. Second.
Okay. ERT.
All right. Here. GT is.
I'm going to go for the cringe first.
Okay. So you got a red on it?
Oh, good call. Thank you.
Slack. Slack in it?
Trying to get it underhanded like we said.
Yeah, like we recommended.
Yeah.
Are you going to that tether point there to your left? Is that where you're going, or down below you?
Yeah, on that. There's a little handrail down here. Okay. That's installed. That little fuck. Okay. Right. All right.
You have the PGT.
I got it. On that.
Now think about it when it comes out. How are you going to ERT to it?
Yeah. Okay, let's move my local down here later. Like, actually, no, it might be easier to swing out and back my left.
Okay.
ERT side.
I'm still.
Okay. Okay. All right. H2. Adapter plate alpha. Okay.
That's affirmative, Peggy. H2, adapter plate alpha. You will confirm 1 line flush, and then you will release to 19 turns.
Okay. H2, adapter plate alpha, 1 line flush, start and turn.
It's getting loose.
That's 20 turns. Should be loose.
It's still not out.
No? Okay, let me check. Again. Okay. Line flush. Continuing.
Look on your end. This end's free down here, but
See one line flush. Continuing. Go a little bit more.
And we copy.
Only supposed to be less than 10 pounds, right?
yeah.
Soft dog.
Job.
Right.
Try to hold it right here.
Okay, you want to swap and take the PGT for a second?
Okay.
I got the plate.
Got the PGT.
All right. Grab this hand drill.
Nice.
Okay. Paddles out. And let me see if I can.
Clear me.
Okay.
And Peggy, we see on the camera that you have the AP alpha going on your PRT, and you can transfer the PGT to EV1 whenever you're ready.
I ditched that on him a little bit ago.
Yeah, I have it.
Copy, Shane.
I'm on this.
Whenever you're ready, go position yourself for AP Bravo release.
Okay. I'm gonna wait till Peggy gets settled out here, and then we'll get in position.
Okay. I got that back from you.
Okay, you got it?
I got it.
There's Bravo right there. Or AP2. I'm gonna move over where I was.
Okay.
1 hour, 27 minutes into the spacewalk, the International Space Station flying from southwest to northeast over the Pacific Ocean as the crew has now broken torque on all three of the bolt sets for the three adapter plates on the external pallet that has housed those adapter plates and associated lithium-ion batteries, the new batteries being installed for the International Space Station's power supply upgrade.
Manual ratchet.
Two of these adapter plates are being stowed on what are called body rigid tethers, BRTs, by their acronyms. Shane Kimbrough will move those adapter plates over to the integrated electronics assembly a short time from now, and one by one those adapter plates will be installed in their appropriate slots on the integrated electronics assembly for the 3A power channel.
You will confirm one line flush after you attach your ret, leaving some slack.
Okay. Set. Let me get my red on it. Call Luca.
If you hand it to me, I can attach it.
Okay.
You want your one on your BRT? I use the other one, which is going to be a mistake later. You're going to want the one on your BRT, I think.
Yeah, I got it right here. Got it?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, you are ready.
All right, let me give you some slack and then knock it out.
Okay.
All right, it's locked up. Line flush. High torque.
Yeah, let's go again.
GT.
I got it. There. Okay, I got the PPT.
Thank you.
There you go.
19 flush.
Confirmed.
Running. Seventeen turns.
Okay, it's loose.
All right, 19 turns.
All right, I have a hold of it right now. If you want to swap, I can grab the PPT. Let's get it.
Okay, there's BTT.
Okay, got the PPT.
Come over here and get my BRB on that.
And Peggy, if Shane is good with installing the AP valve on the VRT, you are go to perform a socket swap on your PGT. You will put the 6-inch socket onto the PGT and install the hex driver onto the socket caddy and give me a good pull test.
Well, welcome.
This is Mission Control Houston, passing the 1.5-hour mark into the spacewalk today by Shane Kimbrough and Peggy Whitson. The bolts the bolt torques have been broken on all 3 adapter plates. You can see one of them on a tether attached to Shane Kimbrough. Those adapter plates will soon move over to the work site at the S4 truss, where one by one they will be installed in the appropriate slots and bolted into place on the integrated electronics assembly at the base of the solar arrays for the S4 truss, where the 3A and 1A power channels reside. 2 of the 8 available power channels for electrical distribution of power to the International Space Station systems.
All right, BRT on, paddles are out. Tighten down and put behind me. Your plate behind you, all right?
Mine's behind me, yeah.
Okay. Mine's in work. All right, there's slack still. All right.
9-inch is on the socket caddy. Good pull test.
Copy, good words.
Again, for situational awareness, each of these adapter plates weighs 84 pounds. Of course, they're weightless in orbit, but the mass is 84 pounds. They measure 40.4 by 36.8 by 7.9 inches.
Make sure that you also, while you're there, you will check that your gondola is in place, translating, and release the EP fair lead if you did any. And make sure that once you get to the IEA, you keep the tether clear of the face.
Okay, copy all, Luca. Peggy, looks like you're pretty still.
Yeah, I am. You can go.
Okay, I'll get off and let you know when I'm off.
6-inch wobble is installed on the PGT. A good full test.
Copy, Peggy. You can store the PGT on the swing arm, and then you can follow EV1.
The first of the adapter plates from the external pallet slot A that has been removed, it'll be referenced as adapter plate A or alpha. It will be installed and bolted into place in slot 6 on the integrated electronics assembly in the middle row in this tic-tac-toe puzzle matrix on the integrated electronics assembly itself. And one of the nickel hydrogen batteries, one of the old batteries that was moved over, residing in the integrated electronics assembly, will be mounted on top of this adapter plate as we reconfigure the positioning of batteries, new batteries and old batteries and adapter plates onto the integrated electronics assembly at the base of the solar arrays on the S4 truss.
All right, Peggy, watch there's an APFR on your way down.
Okay.
By the brake handles.
All right, thanks for the heads up.
All right, I got your tether right in front of me here.
All right, is it in the way?
Nope, I'm just got it in sight.
All right.
And EV1 and EV2, while you're translating, we see that the APs are moving quite a bit, so if you can stiffen your BRTs as much as possible.
Okay, I'm going to stop here and work on that.
Down a local, working on it.
Mine's all the way tight. I think it's just moving, Luca. But I'll try to keep an eye on it there. A little slower.
And Shane, we copy, and for you, Peggy, as well, as we just saw it moving quite a bit, and so as long as you're tending it and making sure that it doesn't bump into things, we'll do the best that we can.
Copy.
Okay, I got mine tightened down. Hopefully that'll be a little better.
They're definitely moving around now. Just slowing my rate down to Peggy and keeping it there. My Luke and my gauntlets are in place, crossing the Sarge.
Good words, thank you.
One hour, 40 minutes into today's spacewalk, a view of Peggy Whitson with one of the 3 adapter plates launched to the station back in December on the Japanese HTV cargo craft. This adapter plate again will be installed in one of the slots on the integrated electronics assembly at the base of the S4 trusses solar arrays.
Getting in the APFR, correct?
Yes, you are. And before you do that, if you could give me a glove inspection and hap check.
Right glove looks good. Left glove looks good. Right hat.
Copy, good words. You're clear to ingress the APFR. Once you do that, you will store the ingress aid, and we'll check that all the tethers are clear of the IEA. And then I will ask you to do IEA inspection. I will ask you for specific words.
Okay. My tag them in.
All right, I got my local down. And
Keep an eye on my AP if you don't mind while we're doing this.
I will. And I want to
Get
make
it behind me.
sure I don't hit the radiator behind me. And I'll get up here. It'll work nicely. All right. I see no tethers in there. I'm going to move my local one more closer just to give me a little more flexibility.
Okay.
And we're coming up on a handover, guys.
Happy. Get my visor down.
I think they're going to have us do tethers and paint, check for
I'm
fog.
checking on here already on the plate. I don't see any fog.
Okay.
I checked the backside and the connectors, all that.
Okay. New tethers.
This is Mission Control Houston.
Okay.
1 hour, 43 minutes into today's spacewalk by Shane Kimbrough and Peggy Whitson. Adapter plates upon which old nickel hydrogen batteries will be mounted, and which will have data and power cables attached to new lithium-ion batteries are in the process of being installed on the integrated electronics assembly At the base of solar arrays on the S4 truss of the International Space Station, Shane Kimbrough in the process of inspecting bolt interfaces on the integrated electronics assembly and connectors to make sure that there's no debris that would prevent a clean connection for the installation of these adapter plates that will be bolted in place into their available slots.
And at this point, we are going to verify that AP alpha blind mate connectors oriented to ISS outboard once you pass it on to EV1 for Peggy.
Okay. I need to get it off the BRT, I think.
Yeah, let's do that.
And for Peggy, we recommend a red swap at this point.
Okay. Okay. Just gonna get...
Here's the telephone over here. I got one on this side, Peg.
Okay.
Just to lend a bit of context here, if you look at the top chart, the initial configuration that we began today's spacewalk in, if you look on the top right where it says 3A IEA, that's the Integrated Electronics Assembly, the first adapter plate is being installed in the middle row in the purple box that is empty at the moment, slot 6, and the old nickel hydrogen battery in slot 4 adjacent to it will then be removed and placed on top of the adapter plate on slot 6. Another adapter plate will be installed in what then will be an empty slot 4, and the other nickel hydrogen battery in slot
I haven't got a hold of it yet.
That's all right, I got it.
2 will be moved over on top of the adapter plate on slot 4. A third adapter plate will be installed in slot 3 and will be left empty for the time being. You can see the final configuration at the end of today's spacewalk in the lower right-hand box, just to provide a bit of context on this orbital shell game of batteries and adapter plates that continues to play out in today's spacewalk by Shane Kimbrough and Peggy Whitson.
You're gonna need it.
And Shane, I copy your checks for the mate connectors, and for Peggy, whenever you're ready, you can retrieve the IEA PGT with the hex driver and pass it on to EV1 when he's ready to retrieve it.
Okay, it's soft dock now, Peggy.
Okay, great. Here I'm coming with the PGT.
There's a soft dock, Luca, right?
That's affirmative. There's a soft dock, and remember to lock out the red, leaving some slack.
Thank you. All right, it's locked out, the slack. Thank you. All right, so we gotta wake this guy up. Is this yours or this was mine?
This one's yours.
All right, need the cow. Got a motor. Cow fast. Back to motor. All right, Alpha 7. Clockwise to Alpha 7, clockwise to set.
Those are good numbers, Shane. You will install the hex driver onto H2 first, confirming one line flush. And then you will drive 16 to 17 turns to torque.
Okay, it's installed, 1 line flush. Driving.
And concur. Line flash.
Flying into an orbital sunrise over Ontario, Shane Kimbrough using a pistol grip tool to bolt the first of the 3 adapter plates. This is adapter plate Alpha into slot 6 on the integrated electronics assembly at the base of the solar arrays on the S4 truss of the complex. This view from the helmet camera of Shane Kimbrough in the third spacewalk of his career. He will be outside the space station again a week from today with European Space Agency astronaut Thomas Pesquet to conduct essentially the same work he is performing today with Peggy Whitson, but on the other side of the integrated electronics assembly on the 1A power channel side.
Well, they got at least an inch gap.
Well, if you think it's driving in, I'm not sure it is.
I don't think it is.
Pull it off.
I mean the PGT, and you can try and reseat it again.
Okay.
Okay, I have the PGT.
Thank you.
And Shane and Peggy, those are good actions you guys are taking. For Shane, it requires about 10 pounds of force to install it, and so it could be that it was just a little too soft on the first attempt.
Okay.
It looks further away now than it was last time.
Yeah, I don't think it's seated right.
No. The right closest to your corner closest to your feet looks high to me. To the other.
It's just a soft dot, kind of catching it in the middle, and then sides can wobble. It's caught in the middle. I think that's where the soft dock is. But I don't know. I'll give it a shot. Thank you. I have PGT. Second, my right side came out. There we go.
I'm going to come down this way and see if I can fit a little bit more toward each. Yeah, level it out.
You good?
There.
Look all right?
That looks better.
Okay. So we're one line flush.
I see one line flush.
Get some pressure on it. It's worked out.
Moving.
Great.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
And EV1, EV2, we hear those words. That's perfect.
Good job.
Yeah, the green line, let me get you the numbers for you.
Unless you re-zero, the turns may not be right.
Yeah, it was about 19 of those, or 16, sorry. 9.2 on the torques. They're not right. Well, we had a green light. Now it's not.
Copy, green light 9.2.
Okay. Next is H1.
We want to do our fit check.
Yep. Been pretty tight. We'll see.
And good words
A little more reach in the...
Now let me go back and I can get you some more.
Okay. Thank you.
There we go.
Thanks, Peggy. All right, so...
All right. Can you turn it 90 degrees from where you are now?
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Maybe that.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see my helmet camera, Luca.
I think you could, can you get it all the way down to the line? Get it in there?
Not this way.
Okay.
And Shane, yes, we can. We have a good view of your helmet cam, and I'm waiting for words.
That might do it, but it's still pretty close. I don't know if it's down to one line. Can you tell that?
No, you've got 2 lines showing.
And we should have 2 lines on H1, so that those are actually good. It's a good check. We have 2 lines, and only 1 line is flush.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
we're just short of that.
We're half an inch short.
I don't know if you can get over. Can you get over there towards it, Peggy, and maybe try to wiggle it? Or
Yeah. Let me see.
I don't have much reach.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to move my local. Stand by.
I'll loose now. I'll let you push it in. It's catching on something down there.
Yeah. I can't quite get my arm around it. Let me see.
Kimbrough and Whitson working together to secure the proper alignment of the pistol grip tool so that they can continue to drive these 2 bolts for the first of 3 adapter plates that are being installed in the integrated electronics assembly at the base of the S4 truss of the International Space Station.
Did it go in?
Nope. Still short.
Well, it felt like it's.
You push the PTT around. Yeah.
Yep. Swear. There we go.
Okay, we got it.
Got it.
Okay, now.
So.
Let me see if we think we can. Think we're going to get any closer to structure here?
So I can't see you between the wall and the PGT. What do you think?
Okay. You hang on to it for just a second.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, we can go.
And Shannon, Peggy, remember.
Okay, I'm going to go.
Peggy, good.
Sorry, guys. I just wanted to remind you that the PGT is going to drive into the bolt, so it will move downwards. So make sure that we have not only that the PGT went in with 1 line flush, but also that it will be able to move downwards.
It's going to be able to. It's good. You see in my helmet cam, it's clear.
Very good. At this point, since you confirmed 2 lines and 1 is flush, you can drive 4 to 4.5 turns to torque, and the setting is the same, alpha 7 clockwise too.
Okay, alpha 7 clockwise to thing with the,
I see it.
with the sweep.
Again? No, hang on while I go on and hold it. Here, let me hold this part.
Huh?
Okay. You hold, I'll twist.
Alright. That'll be good. Yeah, turn it on and off. Or it turned off, that's what it was.
Yeah. I need the cow. Gotta go to Cal too, don't we?
That's all right, I gotta come out. Get it back.
Okay. In Cal here.
Alright, Cal pass, going back to motor, going clockwise 2.
Good numbers, Shane.
Got it.
Okay, you got 1 line flush.
Yep, and 1
you
visible.
got 2.
One
I got
visible,
1 visible, 1 line flush. Yeah.
Correct. Alright, here we go.
You go, and I'm going to watch the sidewall here.
1.
Looks good.
Alright.
Excellent.
Torque 9.2, green light, 4.7 turns.
9.2, 4.7, green light. Copy. Good job, guys. Thank you. Shane, you're going to release your rep.
Ready to take it back. You have it, Peg?
I have it.
Okay. I'll get the red off. I have my red back.
This is Mission Control Houston as we approach the 2-hour mark into today's spacewalk. The first of the 3 adapter plates being installed in the integrated electronics assembly for the 3A power channel on the station has now been bolted into place. A short time from now, Peggy Whitson will be mating the data link cable on this adapter plate to the adjacent lithium-ion battery in its slot on the IEA, as it is called. The new lithium-ion battery, once that cable is hooked up, should be receiving power, and an aliveness test, if you will be performed. The electrical systems officer here in Mission Control will confirm that the battery is up and running and ready to be activated and checked out.
I'll look at it. 5, it trends, get MI band.
Okay, this side. It's straight, good pins, no fog. And I don't have any MI band on this side.
And copy. Good words for you guys. Now you're gonna.
I think there's one on here.
You're gonna swap. You're gonna swap those two. You will pass the AP connector to EV2, and we'll receive the cap from EV2, and then the connector goes on to the AP. So connector cap goes to J4, and for Peggy, you will receive the connector, and you will install the cable onto the adjacent lithium-ion battery. If you require to clear AP worksite, you will twist the cable no more than 1 twist, and avoid a bend radius less than 5 inches.
Okay, copy all, Luca. And again, good pins, good EMI band.
J4 cap is connected.
This view from the helmet camera, Peggy Whitson about to mate the data link cable from the newly installed adapter plate in the integrated electronics assembly to the correct power port on one of the new lithium-ion batteries transferred robotically from the HTV external pallet to the integrated electronics assembly a few days ago.
And Shane, after you are done installing the connector cap onto J4, you can give me a glove inspection and a hub check.
Okay, EV1 gloves look good, no change, dry hat.
Copy, thanks.
Okay. Trying to get it over center, lined up, 13. Okay, got it, over center.
Good job.
We copy over center for the lever, Peggy. You can give me a glove inspection and hub check.
Change on hap or glove.
I'm going to roll over to Foxtrot, or Kilo, sorry.
That's affirmative, Shane. You will go to Kilo, basically pointing at the middle nickel hydrogen battery in slot 4.
I'm going to change my local, so I'm kind of in between the two.
And Shane, while you're doing that, make sure that your ingress aid is still stowed.
I was holding on to it while I was doing it. Thanks, Luca.
Okay.
The electrical systems officer here in Mission Control will now check out the health status of the first of the 3 lithium-ion batteries now that the data link cable has been hooked up between the adapter plate and that new battery.
All right, I have a ret on battery 4. And it's got slack locked out.
Shane, when you're in a good position, can you report the serial number on the nickel hydrogen battery?
All right, just a second. 0039.
Copy, that's what we were expecting. And you can attach the red to the battery and lock out the red, leaving some slack.
Okay, that's complete.
And Peggy, you can pass your PGT with the 6-inch socket to EV1.
Okay, got it.
Got it. Okay, look, I have it.
PGT setting is alpha 7 counter 2.
Alpha 7 counter 2 set.
You will go with socket tape line flush to H2 scoop.
Okay, that's complete.
Okay, you can release the battery. We expect 19 turns, and let us know the status indicator.
Copy.
This is Mission Control Houston, 2 hours and 5 minutes into today's spacewalk. Shane Kimbrough, as you can see from the helmet camera view, from his helmet camera, is now working to release bolts on one of the old nickel hydrogen batteries in slot 4, as it is known, in the middle row of the integrated electronics assembly on the 3A channel side of the power system at the base of the S4 truss.
18 turns, status indicator indicates unlock.
Copy, 18 turns and unlocked. And FYI, you are 30...
I'm going to do one more.
Copy. You are...
He is now working to release the bolts for one of the old nickel hydrogen batteries that will be moved on top of the newly installed adapter plate. This is one of the old nickel hydrogen batteries that will remain in a dormant state on the International Space Station. No room for it on the external pallet that will return 9 out of 12 old nickel hydrogen batteries. In the meantime, the electrical systems officer reports that we have good power and good data flowing into the new lithium ion battery that was installed robotically a few days ago. That data cable hooked up just a few moments ago by Peggy Whitson. And again, that lithium-ion battery is up and running in great shape.
We suggest at this point to perform a red swap, and then you can transfer the battery to EV2 when she's ready. And Shane, for you, the next roll of the APFI is going to be to Foxtrot, basically in slot 6 in front of AP Alpha.
Okay, thanks, Luca.
Once again, to bring you up to date on activities associated with today's spacewalk, you're looking at a view of Shane Kimbrough wearing the suit bearing the red stripes. On the right side of your screen, Peggy Whitson on the left.
Okay.
They are working in tandem at the integrated electronics assembly at the base of the S4 trusses solar arrays, having already moved one of 3 adapter plates and bolted it into place in an available slot on the integrated electronics assembly. Whitson hooked up a data and electrical cable between that newly installed adapter plate to one of the new lithium-ion batteries previously moved robotically into place and in its slot on the integrated electronics assembly, and the electrical systems officer here reports that lithium-ion battery is up and running and in the early stages of its checkout appears to be in great shape. Kimbrough currently working now to release the bolts on an old nickel hydrogen battery in an adjacent slot that will be moved on top of the adapter plate that was just installed.
Crew like bag there.
Oh, okay.
You can do it once you get it in your hands.
Yeah.
You got 2 scoops there to... Actually, I think I can get it to you. You got a scoop now?
Almost.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
I have it. I'm in control.
You're in control. All right, I'll roll over once, move it out of the way a little bit.
And Peggy, make sure that the battery is clear of EV1 while Shane reorients the APFR.
Okay.
A good view of Whitson with a firm grasp on the old nickel hydrogen battery that now will be mounted on top of the first of the 3 adapter plates being moved into their appropriate slots on the integrated assembly. This is essentially nickel hydrogen battery from slot 4 being moved over to the newly installed adapter plate in slot 6, an adjacent slot on the integrated electronics assembly.
Put your adapter plate just a little more behind you.
Where is it?
That's kind of to your, yeah.
I see it.
Push it, yeah, it's fine. Okay, now let me see if I can get the battery over you.
A little bit. Okay, I have control.
The International Space Station flying 250 miles above the Earth, moving from northwest to southeast, splitting the uprights between the continents of South America and Africa.
We're going to tether swap back, or?
I don't think we need to, but we can if we have to.
Okay, let me get in here. Okay, this looks good. And then you're going to bring this.
Got it. Okay, yeah, I think we're good with your...
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I do. I think we're fine.
Yeah. Help me lining it up there. I can't see anything.
Okay.
Below me.
You got to go towards your feet. Nadir. Facing nadir.
That's hit me ingress aid. Hold on.
Okay, there you go. All right. And looks good on this. Markers are good on this side. If you could get the nadir side a little lower.
As Whitson and Kimbrough work to maneuver the old nickel hydrogen battery into place on top of the newly installed adapter plate in the integrated electronics assembly, the lead spacewalk officer here in Mission Control, Keith Johnson, informed Flight Director Judd Freeling that we're running about 30 minutes ahead of the timeline.
Line that side up again. And I'll get my focal.
Okay. I don't know how close it goes to the next one. Do you have any idea what the clearance is between the one in slot 5 and this one?
Oh, if we lost comm with them or not. Okay.
Should slide right down some rails, but no.
These lines are good on this side. Get lower and see if I can see anything.
Maybe that's where it starts, but I would think we gotta get a little lower than that.
No, it looks good.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We're on each one here. Okay, now I can give you a peek.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you want me to swap reps so you can go?
No, I got it.
Okay.
I'm right here.
There you go.
This
There.
one.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Let's see, it's threaded. Ready to go.
I think I got it wrapped around the swing arm here.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get that, I think, in a minute here.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is really low on the volume. What volume? Move over a bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, so you see the line flush?
Your line is flush.
And clockwise too.
Okay, Shane, I hear that the tape line is flush to H2 scoop, and PGT settings are the same, alpha 7 clockwise too.
Alpha 7 clockwise to set. The tape line is flush.
Copy. We install H2 with 16 to 17 turns to torque.
Yeah, that's worked out after about 6 turns, so I don't think that's right. Feel like it's in there at all, or still moving around?
I'm sorry, I wasn't watching.
There we go. I look at 9.2 on the torque, 16.4 turns, green light.
Copy. Can you check the status indicator?
Let's see. Status indicator is locked. See it, Peg?
Copy. Thank you.
Yeah, I can't tell from here.
You can go on to H1 and again confirm that the socket tape line is flush.
Okay, and work.
Tape line is flush.
Concur. Driving. All right. 4.4 on the turn, 9.2 on the torque, green light.
Copy, and you can check the status indicator again.
Yeah, the PCT.
Status indicator, hold on, let's see. Looks different, maybe it's different on the other side. So there's a white line on the bottom. Thinking it's, I don't know. That one I can't tell. This one's very clear with black background with a white line. See that, Peg? I don't know what that's telling me.
And Shane, that's okay. It's a different kind of status indicator.
Yeah, I don't.
Not definitive to me on that one. You guys see that in my helmet cam, Luca?
We are trying.
Okay, let me slide away so you can get the camera over it.
And Shane, because of your words on with the turns and the torque and the green light, we are happy with that. So you can transfer the PGT to EV2, have it stored on a PGT, release the red from the battery, and go back to kilo on the empty slot 4.
Okay, and work. I got your red whenever you want it.
You can. There you go.
Thanks. I'll head back towards kilo.
This is Mission Control Houston, 2 hours, 18 minutes into today's spacewalk. One of the old nickel hydrogen batteries in the integrated electronics assembly for the 3A channel of the station's power system has been bolted on top of a newly installed adapter plate. It will remain on the International Space Station. It will not be returned on the HTV for disposal to burn up with the HTV over the Pacific Ocean. 9 of the 12 old nickel hydrogen batteries will be returned on the HTV to burn up in the Earth's atmosphere. 3 will remain on the International Space Station because of a lack of room on the external pallet to accommodate all 12 coming home. So 1/3 done on all the tasks associated with this spacewalk. Next up will be the removal of another adapter plate on external pallet slot Bravo that will be moved into slot number 4 on the integrated electronics assembly that was just vacated with the movement of this old nickel hydrogen battery onto the first of the adapter plates that are being transferred over to the IEA.
Need a hand?
Didn't see that. I'm on the roll, right?
Yeah. See your feet. Yes, you're on the roll.
See no on the move. Just pop out. Let's check it out.
Peggy from Houston. We think that there was a involuntary bump on the Aegis strut cover, and if you could go back and put it back in place. And the Aegis strut is to your left.
So there's a cover here, right here. Oh, it's supposed to go all the way over the cup cone section.
That is what you're that's what you're looking at, and put it back on the cover.
Okay, back on.
All right, Tag, I'm rolled over here to Kilo.
Yeah.
Copy, Shane. At this point, we will prepare for AP Bravo install. Make sure that the ingress is stowed once you're fully in, and check that tethers are clear. Also, inspect the IEA bolt interfaces and the blind mate connectors for FOD. And once you're ready for that, with those checks, you can soft dock AP Bravo.
Okay, looking on the IEA side now, I don't see any thought. Everything looks good, clean. On the AP side, the blind mate connectors look good, nice and clean.
Copy all. You'll go to soft dock AP Bravo and make sure to lock out your red Livingston slack.
Okay, the red is locked out with slack.
And guys, we have 1 minute until handover. Peggy, if I don't know if you have the IA-PGT with you right now. Actually, I can see now in your camera. So once your guys are ready, you can transfer that to EV1.
Okay, H2 outboard.
And that's affirmative.
It feels like the other one is kind of solid in the middle, but a little wobbly on the sides, Peg, so I think we're good.
I'm waking up the PGT again.
Thank you.
L, motor, L pass.
And I have 10 seconds to end over. I'll catch you on the other side.
Okay. Okay,
Copy, Luca.
clockwise to Alpha 7 is set.
It gives us feedback.
Okay, one line flush, yeah.
Is that correct for the install?
Yes.
Okay, Shane, back with you. I heard that one line is flush onto H2. Is that correct?
That's correct. 5 turns.
Not moving.
Oh, no, we're not moving yet. That is correct. All right, thanks for that feedback, Peggy. Let's soft back it again.
I can hold the PG2 if you need me to.
Got it?
Got it. Further away than the last one. Again, the pin side is, yeah, that H1 side is deep. Deeper than
Deeper.
H2, yeah. So it needs to come out.
It's not quite lined up. So that could be a little off, like on that one. I think it's not lined up.
Yeah, I think it's not lined up.
How about up here on the connectors? Can you see any? Can you line up with that?
You're, in general I can, but you're like 4 or 5 inches away from it, so it's hard to tell. Okay. So, but you're on the scoop pin that's there. It's, actually go toward your feet a little bit more. I think you got it now.
It feels high up here.
Yeah. It's, and it's not lined up on your left.
Yeah, yep, and here nor here.
Yeah.
These are lined up on your side. I don't know how that could be off.
It'll drive, and looks like it's on, I can see it on the cup.
Oh.
You know, the cup on the pin
Okay.
on the
All right, I'll give it a
outboard
shot.
side. Yeah, the outboard side looks like it's on.
Okay.
See if it'll straighten, you know, as you drive.
All right.
Okay, one line flush.
Start. Driving.
And it's moving.
Great.
Good work, guys. We're looking for 16 to 17 turns to torque.
Good.
10 turns. It torqued out there. 9.2 on the torque. 16 turns, green light.
Copy those numbers. That's perfect. with the same PGT settings, Alpha 7, clockwise 2, we are now going to H1, and you will confirm 2 lines and 1 flush.
Two lines, 1 flush for H1.
You will, yeah, 4 to 4.5 turns to torque.
All right, 4.5 turns, 9.2. And we have a low torque to let it keep going. For the, want to do torque it again for a green light?
And we're checking the Shane. And Shane, we would like you to try one more time for a green light.
Okay, just did it. Torque with the green light.
Copy, thank you, that's perfect. You can transfer the PGT to EV2 and stow it back at crew load back number 1.
All right, Peggy's got it. I'm going to release my REX.
After that, you will...
AP Bravo.
After that, you release the TA clamps, and we'll go through the same choreography of AP Alpha, where you will demate the AP connector, pass it to EV2, and we'll have Peggy remove the connector cap from the lithium-ion battery.
That's complete. Quick pins, no FOD. And good in my band.
Copy.
Here's the cap whenever you're ready.
All right, yeah, sorry, I'm messing with my tether here.
No worries.
All right, Craig, let me get with you here. TA clamps. 2. 3. Let me get the connector. All right, looks good on the AP side. It pins, no 5. My van looks good.
Copy that. And Peggy, I have to read a caution. If you require to twist the cable for one twist, make sure to avoid a bend radius less than 5 inches.
Copy, Luca.
Right one here. All right. Here comes your rep, Peggy.
Okay.
Ready?
I'll go ahead and send it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to go get that.
And Shane, we have a question for you whenever you're ready.
All right, just a second.
Okay, bail over center. J4 is connected. P4, and I do have a little bit more of a loop, but it's still not got a bend radius of greater than, or less than 5 inches, so I think we're okay. Concur?
Okay, we see the bend radius, Peggy, and we copy that.
Very nicely.
We copy it's a good connection.
All right, so Luca, go ahead with the question.
Yes, Shane. When you gave us 9.2 torque, but without getting a green light, we were wondering if we are looking at the right PGT settings, and whether you're reading the program torque or the actual torque at that point.
I was reading the actual. I think it just slipped towards the end. It slipped out of my hand, and it kept going a little bit, so it gave me a low torque message.
Okay, that's we copied that. Thank you.
9.2, actual read 9.2. Luke, I can confirm it says actual 9.2 on the final one he did.
We copy that. Thank you, guys. Thank you both. And if I can get a glove inspection and a hub check from both of you, we'll continue with the next steps.
All right, I'm still working on the J4 connector.
And I've got no change on gloves or hat.
Thank you, Peggy. And Shane, whenever you're ready, take your time.
And Lucas, should I head back over?
Hold on a second, let me see if you might need to come in and check this out.
Oh, okay.
You got time?
Yeah.
Okay, I might just got it. Okay, I got it. Never mind. Thanks.
Good.
For EV1 and EV2, we are 1.5 minutes from a 20 seconds handover, and also we have sunset coming up very soon.
Luca, am I go back to the EP?
That is a negative, Peggy. At this point, we will retrieve the scoops from battery 4 and install them on battery 2.
Good call. I forgot about those guys. What?
And Luca, my gloves, no change. Hat, no change.
Thank you, Shane. At this point, for you, we will roll the relocate the APFR to S4 with 1414, and it's going to be a clocking of 1. Peggy, if you think that this is a good moment for you to try and drive H1 on the battery on slot 1, let me know.
Okay, I will when I get over there.
We copy that, Peggy. Thanks.
This is Mission Control Houston. Good news continuing to flow into the Mission Control room here in Houston. 2 hours, 37 minutes into today's spacewalk. The second of the adapter plates has now been installed and bolted into place in slot 4 of the integrated electronics assembly. Its data link cable has been hooked up to the second of the adjacent lithium-ion batteries, the new batteries, and it is alive and well according to the electrical systems officer here in Mission Control. So 2 out of the 3 adapter plates now installed, and 2 of the lithium-ion batteries that were moved robotically a few days ago into their appropriate slots in the 3A channel integrated electronics assembly are verified to be up and running and in good shape as the electrical systems officer begins a more extensive checkout of the intricacies of its internal systems. The next step will be the movement of the second nickel hydrogen battery, an old battery that will remain on the International Space Station, from its slot to the newly installed adapter plate in slot 4. Here in the flight control room, the spacewalk officer Keith Johnson is telling Flight Director Judd Freeling that we are running about an hour ahead of the timeline.
Yeah, I've got the scoop.
And EV1 and EV2, we are back with you.
Copy. All right, Luca, I'm in WIF 14, clocking up 1, good full test, good twist test.
Thank you, Shane. Romeo, Kilo 12.
Great, I think things have gotten a little out of position, so I'm going to fix that for Kilo 12.
And Peggy, I see you translating. I assume that you have the scoops on you.
Yes, I do.
All right, Romeo, Kilo 12, Luca.
Copy or go to ingress the APF file. Once you've done that, you will store the ingress aid and report the nickel hydrogen serial number.
Okay.
Peggy, once you get to slot 1, let me know if you're going to install the scoops first or try to drive H1 on the battery first. And also, let me know if you need any direction on how to install the scoops.
I'm going to go for scoops, and I would take reminders. I think I know, but I will think the H2 one's later, and the one against the wall is 45 towards Spain.
You are correct in both, and you will install H2 first.
Inward.
Whitson and Kimbrough working in concert with one another, now in the process of relocating the old nickel hydrogen battery from its slot 2 on the integrated electronics assembly to the most recently installed adapter plate Bravo. Again, another old battery that will remain on the International Space Station.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Get it locked right in here.
I'm right behind you, Pegs.
Okay.
Yeah, it took me a little while too. You just got to be, no side loading and
Yeah.
stuff. Not easy.
In capture. Nope. It's like I'm level. I just don't think I'm going down over the far enough.
Come on, check it out if you want.
Yeah. Can you swing it while I try and hold it flat?
All right, check it. Get up there. I'm not too close to you.
Thing is,
Yes.
And Peggy, there is a suggestion about the technique on the scoops. It could be that in the dark it's hard to see, but if you're going too far down on the micro square, the scoop won't capture. So maybe pull out a little bit and try to play on the vertical part of it.
okay. Go back to capture.
Second, let me get a local down so I can help you.
Okay. Got it in the wrong angle. Okay, let's see if we can get it in the...
All right. What do you want me to do? Hold it, maybe?
Yeah. We got to pull it off again. And
I'll kind of work it so it's in capture now, right?
we're at the wrong angle. It's got to be straight native.
Got this one straight. Okay.
We can capture.
Let me try here. There you go. I was trying to hold it level for you.
There we go.
Nice.
Thank you. Okay.
This is Mission Control Houston once again at the 2-hour 48-minute mark into today's spacewalk. The crew running well ahead of its timeline, already having relocated 2 adapter plates from a external pallet carrier brought up on the International Space Station's HTV Japanese cargo craft. Those adapter plates were moved into the appropriate slots on the integrated electronics assembly at the base of the S4 truss of the station. The first of 2 nickel hydrogen batteries, old batteries no longer needed for use for the station's power supply. The first of those 2 nickel hydrogen batteries have been relocated from the integrated electronics assembly, one slot to another. It will remain on the station dormant and inactive. The second of the 2 old nickel hydrogen batteries in the process of being moved over to be mounted onto the second of the two adapter plates already relocated. A third adapter plate will be moved into an empty slot on the integrated electronics assembly, and two out of the 3 lithium-ion batteries, brand new batteries, brought up on the HTV cargo ship and installed in the integrated electronics assembly pallet. The first 2 lithium-ion batteries have already been reported by the electrical systems officer here in Mission Control to be up and running and in excellent shape.
Okay, got it.
Nice work.
Not really.
Yeah.
This is done.
That's just tough.
And a little trick about pulling it just a little bit up. I was trying to get too flush, I think. Okay. All right. Now let me need my PGT. Are you in ATFR yet?
No, I gotta wait till you get out of the way.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No worries.
All right. And I'm going to go get in a position for the handoff.
Okay.
I think I want to be on the...
Yeah, I'm in. Ingress rate is tucked in.
Okay.
And Shane, I don't know if you can see that serial number on the back on the battery.
0042.
Copy, that's perfect. And Shane, whenever you're ready, you can ret the battery, locking out the ret and leaving some slack.
Okay, in work. All right, that's complete, Luca.
Copy.
So let's see, we need a 6-inch PGT, right?
Right, I'm pulling it out.
Okay.
And Peggy, confirm that at this point you're just going to transfer the PGT to Shane, or are you going to try and drive H1?
I'll pass it to him first. I think let's go for that first.
Copy, that's perfect.
Yeah.
We are looking for Alpha 7, counter 2 for Shane.
Okay. It is Alpha 7. The clockwise 2, but it's gone to sleep. Bye. Break the cow pass, back to order. You got it.
Got it?
Oh, I didn't put it back to counterclockwise 2. Go ahead. Okay.
Counter 2. All right, Alpha 7, counter 2 is set.
Copy the settings, and it will go to H2 scoop with the socket tape line flush.
All right, going to H2.
Not flush.
Yeah, not yet. Gotta get in position here.
Okay.
There we go. See that?
I'm out of position now. You got it.
Hold on. It's the cow again for some reason.
What?
This lock's full, need the cow.
I got a good cow, though.
Yeah, backing up. Counter 2. All right, I see it flush.
Yes, flush.
Okay, I heard that the check is complete. You will release battery H2, expecting 19 turns.
There's 10 turns.
And also check the status indicator to unlock.
Moving. All right, 6.3 with the low torque message. And status indicator is unlock.
Copy checks. You can transfer the PGT back to Peggy, and Peggy will also position yourself to receive the battery.
Okay.
Copy that.
I think if I get down here, let's see if we, okay, and you're going to hand me the H, I believe?
This is Mission Control Houston, continuing to watch the work of Shane Kimbrough and Peggy Whitson at the starboard fore truss of the International Space Station as they are working to reconfigure the position of adapter plates and old nickel hydrogen batteries into the appropriate slots in the integrated electronics assembly at the base of the solar arrays for the starboard fore truss segment.
I got to move the AP.
The crew is in the process of relocating one of the old nickel hydrogen batteries from one slot to another on top of a newly installed adapter plate. That will free up a slot for the installation of a third and final adapter plate to complete the 3 alpha power channel reconfiguration that now has seen 3 new lithium ion batteries installed in their slots in the integrated electronics assembly. 2 of them already checked out and deemed to be in great shape. The third of these 3 new lithium ion batteries will be checked out once the third in the series of adapter plates is installed in an adjacent slot to that new battery, and a data and power cable is hooked up to the new lithium ion battery. The crew continues to run well ahead of its timeline, some 55 minutes to an hour ahead of the published timeline. This raises the prospect that we may be able to get to some of the get-ahead tasks in the job jar for Kimbrough and Whitson on this, the 196th spacewalk in support of space station assembly and maintenance, the 3rd in Kimbrough's career, the 7th for Peggy Whitson.
Since we are relocating to WIF 10, and the settings are exactly the same. It's going to be clocking of 1, Romeo Kilo 12.
Copy that. Being set up now. All right, I got a ret on it, and I'll get it released and move to WIF 10. Very sticky style. All right, sorry for the delay, Peg.
No, no problem. And then, something else I need to move for you to ingress.
All right, it's just not coming out. The dial's sticking. Kind of in between the locked and unlocked.
Okay.
There we go.
Excellent.
All right, going for 1 o'clock.
As we pass the 3-hour mark into today's spacewalk by Kimbrough and Whitson, the International Space Station flying from southwest to northeast over the Pacific Ocean. At an altitude of 250 miles, the spacewalk is proceeding well ahead of schedule with the crew working on the transfer of a second old nickel hydrogen battery onto an adapter plate in the integrated electronics assembly at the base of the starboard 4 truss of the space station. 1 week from today, Kimbrough will venture back outside the International Space Station's Quest airlock along with Thomas Pesquet of the European Space Agency to replicate this work, but on the other side of the integrated electronics assembly on the 1A power channel side. This will be preceded starting on Sunday by another round of complex and intricate robotics work by robotic ground controllers as they use the Canadian-built Dexter special purpose dexterous manipulator to move nickel hydrogen, adapter plates, and new lithium-ion batteries back and forth into the appropriate slots, essentially duplicating the work that was done between New Year's Eve and January 3rd.
Ingress aid. And one more word for you. Once you are comfortable on the APFR and ready, if you don't mind punching again the WVS button because it must have been bumped off during the motion.
Okay, will do. All right, it looks like it's lined up where it's supposed to be, Peggy.
Okay.
Up here. All right, I'm in. Let me see if I can get my light on here. Got it.
Okay.
All right, see, I can't see you yet.
Yeah, I'll swing the battery down horizontal with the IEA. Okay, coming in.
Okay, that's it.
And my scoop is going outboard.
Okay, I have the inboard scoop now. Maybe we can leave it on your red. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay, you have control?
I have control.
All right, you have control? I'll get down in here and help line up.
Great.
And Peggy, while you're at it, if you can give us a good verification that AP Bravo is clear of tether, FOD, and the AP cable is also out of the way.
Oh, let me look at the bottom. Sorry. Okay, the cable's out of the way. There's no FUD on the bottom side. Looks good. No tethers down there or anything. Okay.
Copy all that, and if you're not going to perform a red swap, we would like to lock out the red, leaving some slack.
Can do a red swap, it doesn't matter. Right. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Right here, and then I'll have more control.
All right.
So my red is on, and I got it locked out with slack.
Okay.
Yours is off. I see that. Actually, it was holding up a little bit, so that makes it a little more free. All right, let's get this thing lined up, Peggy.
So toward your feet a little bit more. I gotta get down a little more.
All right, that's looking better. You seeing up there?
Quite see the pin this time to tell really on there. Okay. Dave, it needs to go to your right just a little bit.
On my right. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. On the pin.
That doesn't feel like it. All right, so that's, I think that's it. I need to go down more.
Oh, that's it, I think.
Okay.
Looks right.
No soft lock, I guess. I don't remember on this one.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like it. There is anyway. All right, we're going to go clockwise to
H2.
Alpha 7, clockwise to
Good
H2.
Good words. You will confirm that the socket tape line is flush to the scoop.
Okay.
And we expect 16 to 17 turns to torque.
Yeah. I think we're on there, Peg.
This is Mission Control Houston, 3 hours, 7 minutes into the spacewalk as Shane Kimbrough prepares to use his pistol grip tool, as you see there in this helmet camera view from the camera mounted on his helmet as he bolts into place the second in the series of old nickel hydrogen batteries that will remain dormant on board the International Space Station. The 12 nickel hydrogen batteries that have been used to power the 1A and 3A power channels from the solar arrays on the S4 truss of the station. Those 12 nickel hydrogen batteries are being replaced by 6 new lithium-ion batteries and associated adapter plates. The adapter plates are routing power to the new batteries once they are installed on the integrated electronics assembly at the base of the solar arrays.
Yeah, it's on my...
The external pallet that is affixed to an attachment bracket on the truss can only accommodate the return for disposal of 9 of those 12 nickel hydrogen batteries. There's just not enough room for all 12, so 3 will remain in slots in dormant, inactive status on the International Space Station, this being the second of those old nickel hydrogen batteries.
Okay.
Kind of just slightly hold it. You
Yeah.
get where you think it needs to be.
Okay. You get it horizontal? Yeah. And... Looks like it needs to be coming toward me. Am I blocking it somehow?
I think so, but we can come your way.
Yeah. Let's go station Zenith. And then station Port.
all the way out. Go in?
Yes, let's do that.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Horizontal. Okay.
Ready? Here we go.
Okay. On the pin in the front.
Yeah, okay. I see tape is flush.
Yes, I do too.
Drive it.
Not moving.
Doesn't feel like it's in.
No, not moving.
Yeah, I didn't drive. You want me to drive again?
Drive again.
Yeah,
Drive
here we
again.
go.
We're horizontal. I think.
Driving.
Moving.
Great. Nice job.
A little harder when it's dark.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can't see the pin quite as easily.
And turns.
It's almost there.
All right. 5.0 on the torque, 18.28 turns, green light.
Hey.
Copy, Shane. If you can check also the status indicator to lock.
Can you,
Yeah, let me look.
like, it's right there. Because my lights aren't showing over there.
It's locked.
All right, locked.
Copy. Thank you, guys.
Good deal.
Good work working that. We were listening and we didn't intervene because you guys seem to be working the problem. You can go on to H1 now. You can confirm the socket tape is line flush to H1. And we're going to look for 5 to 6 turns to torque. And also this time the status indicator to lock.
Okay, and work. All right, 9.5 on the torque, 5.4 on the turns, green lights, and looking for the indicator. Let me hand this back to you, Peggy.
Yeah. Go ahead and let go. I'm going to up this.
Okay, it's coming to you.
Yep.
All right, check the status indicator is locked.
Copy, status indicator locked. At this point you can transfer the PGT back to EV2. Peggy, you can store the PGT on your swing arm. Shane, you can release the red from the battery and we're going to relocate the APFR one more time.
Okay, red is released and APFR move is in work.
Peggy, once you have the PGT on the swing arm, you can start translating back to the EP.
Okay. And by the way, I stowed one scoop off of the H2.
Oh, nice work.
I'm back on the crew lock bag adjustable. Crew lock bag 2 adjustable. Okay. PGT stowed. Get my local.
And you guys, you are 1 minute away from sunrise. Shane, for you is going to be clocking of 1 more time. Romeo, Romeo, Kilo 12.
Okay, it's in 1 o'clock. Romeo, Romeo, Kilo 12 set. Good pull test, good twist test, black on black.
Copy, those are good words. And whenever you're ready, you can follow EV2 to the EP. And I'm going to read you a caution while working on the EP. The crew must not simultaneously impart loads into the EP. And please do not touch the nickel hydrogen batteries installed on the EP because only one bolt is engaged.
EV1 copies.
2 copies.
Where are you, Peg?
I am back on phase 1. I'm heading toward the seated cart.
Okay, thanks. I'll start heading your way. I see the sun coming up.
Okay. Almost went back in. Shane.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta go. Stop the propeller.
Not yet.
Not yet. We got another to do. Okay. Butterfly action. It's a different color this time because it's in the sunlight.
Yeah.
All right. I'm on the EP.
Okay.
Copy, Peggy. And remember, you're going back to EP Charlie now.
Okay. Get position.
All right, Peggy, I'm sitting here at the base. Just let me know whenever you're ready for me.
I am ready for you. I'm in my spot. I will just be putting the local down.
Okay.
3 hours, 19 minutes into today's spacewalk. A good view of our spacewalkers, Shane Kimbrough and Peggy Whitson. The second of the old nickel hydrogen batteries no longer to be used in the power systems of the International Space Station, replaced by new lithium-ion batteries. That second nickel hydrogen battery has now been bolted into place on one of the newly installed adapter plates in the integrated electronics assembly. The crew now will press ahead to relocate the third in the series of adapter plates into the newly vacated slot 2 on the integrated electronics assembly, and its data cable then will be hooked up to the third of the new lithium-ion batteries that were previously robotically moved into place and installed on the IEA between New Year's Eve and January 3rd. So we are nearing the end of the planned tasks for the spacewalk. The expectation is that the crew will be given the go-ahead to press ahead with some get-ahead work, assuming this third adapter plate is relocated with no extenuating circumstance.
Get out of the way.
For those who have been watching our spacewalk coverage on Facebook Live throughout the course of the morning, once the Facebook Live feed is over for the day, you can continue to follow the activities of Shane Kimbrough and Peggy Whitson outside of the International Space Station, either on NASA television or on the NASA website at www.nasa.gov.
First.
Sounds right.
Shane and Peggy, we are back with you.
And I think I screwed up, Luca, and came to the wrong side. But I think we have a plan.
And we are happy with your plan, whatever it is. For Shane, do you have the Russia wrench with you?
I have it on the bolt right now. Can you pull on it, Shane?
Pull on what?
Pull on it to break the torque on H2.
Oh, sure. Yep.
I hold it. There we go.
Got it.
Okay. 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 Got it. Now I need to do a little swap. So enjoy the view for a moment.
Okay. I will.
EV1 Houston.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we were, I think I lost a little bit track here. Can you confirm that you were able to confirm that H1 is completely released?
Yes.
Yes, H1's released. We broke torque on H2, and now we're getting set up to drive H2.
Copy all. Thank you very much.
Three hours, 23 minutes into today's spacewalk. The International Space Station is flying 250 miles over North Dakota, moving from northwest to southeast on a track that will take the International Outpost directly over Minneapolis, Wisconsin, just north of Chicago, directly tracking over the heart of Ohio and West Virginia, and soon back out over the Atlantic Ocean. Shane Kimbrough at the top of your screen, clearly in view from the helmet camera from Peggy Whitson, as the crew works to remove the third adapter plate from the external pallet that transported three adapter plates and or six adapter plates and six nickel hydride lithium-ion batteries, brand new lithium-ion batteries, to the International Space Station. Three of those lithium-ion batteries have been installed in the 3A integrated electronics assembly. This is the third adapter plate that will join those three lithium-ion batteries. Three more adapter plates and three more batteries are to be extracted and relocated robotically And through the use of the next team of spacewalkers, Shane Kimbrough and Thomas Pesquet, 1 week from today.
Okay, so that's a little bit of a change of our plan just based on our position. Peggy's going to do that, so I'm going to drive the bolt. It's going to get released, and then I'll get it on my BRT and then do the ret just because the tether point's next to her.
We copy your plan. Thank you.
Okay. Or if you want to hand me your ret, I can at yours.
Yeah, okay. So reach all the way over there.
I think it will.
Hold on. I'll the other end of that. Two.
Okay, can you get that?
Got it.
Okay. Okay, Shane's rented. Adapter 8 Charlie.
Okay, I'm going to lock it out. Lock it up. Slap.
Okay. I think I may have gotten my PT feather in my face. Can you? There we go.
Good?
Yeah, I think we're clear.
Okay. All right, settings. Alpha 7. Counter 2.
And those are good settings, Shane.
Right, Luca?
Those are correct. You will install the X driver onto AP Charlie H2, confirming one line flush, and then we expect 19 turns to release.
Yep,
Still not quite. There you go. You got it.
all right, one line flush.
Confirmed.
Turning.
Again, this view from Shane Kimbrough's helmet camera as he works with a pistol grip tool to release the bolts holding the third in the series of adapter plates
Turns.
on the external pallet of the carrier that brought those plates and new lithium-ion batteries up to the International Space Station on the Japanese HTV cargo ship. This adapter plate will be moved over to the integrated electronics assembly to be installed in the final slot available in the 3A side of the integrated electronics assembly.
About 20 turns there, Luca.
Copy, 20 turns.
And in position.
Hold down the AP while I release the PGT.
Yeah, I'll try it.
All right,
There we go.
Thanks. Give that to you.
All right, I have it to D.
Let's see here.
Peggy, whenever you're ready, you are go to remove the hex driver from the PGT and install it on the socket caddy, and then you will retrieve the socket, the 6-inch, and install it on the PGT.
Okay, copy.
Hey, can you just push it on right there?
Yeah.
I got it. That's kind of in a weird position.
Yeah. I can get a handrail. I'll hold it while you push on.
Okay. I want to get the red out of the way.
Clear.
All right,
There we go.
got it. Thank you. BRT'd and read it to AP Charlie, Luca.
And I'm going to start working on the socket swap again.
Okay.
I'm not going to move. Go.
The International Space Station passing over the Outer Banks of North Carolina as the final adapter plate has been removed from the external pallet, mounted to an attachment fixture. You can see the words HTV-6 on the side of that carrier. This pallet will be housing 9 old nickel hydrogen batteries and will be reinserted into the side of the HTV cargo ship for disposal and to be burned up in the Earth's atmosphere once the HTV is deorbited in early February.
What to do is make sure that the RET is unlocked while it's on the AP.
It's locked or unlocked?
We would like it unlocked.
Unlocked. Okay. Be better position here, and I'll check it. All right, Peggy, I'm off the EP.
Okay. Pull test on the 9-inch hex, back on the socket caddy, working the 6-inch.
Copy, Peggy, thanks.
Pull test on the 6-inch, back on the PGT.
Copy, Peggy. Whenever you're ready, you are go to perform a crew lock bag inventory.
Okay, stand by while I work some tethers. PGD increase code. In crew lock bag 2, we have a RET with the camera mount. We have our GoPro with camera mount. We have a attached to an internal. We have a handrail clamp attached to an internal. We have a camera with a regular camera with a camera mount attached to an internal. And we have a 9-inch hex on the ratchet wrench with a rat small and a rat small with a pit pin. Attached to an internal D-ring. Externally, we have a large small rat, a large small adjustable, and I think that's it.
Copy, Peggy. That's a good inventory, and you can follow Shane to the IEA. And please, when you are ready to translate to S4, make sure that your gauntlets are in place. Retrieve the crew back with you at this time.
Okay. Yeah. Didn't work. Putting the crew lock bag is always a challenging part. It's easy by comparison.
And Peggy, we momentarily lost video of your WVS. Can you please check the button one more time?
Yes, I will in just a second. I didn't want you to see me trying to stow this stuff in the crew lock bag.
We see you from the outside camera.
Joke.
All right, look at my tether is now unlocked. Correct.
Copy, thank you. It's unlocked, and you verify the gauntlets in place?
Yep, I'm not there yet, but they are in place.
Copy, thank you.
All right, Peggy, I'm approaching the Sarge.
Okay. All right. Okay, how's that? Did the video come back on? Got a green
That's
light.
affirmative. Thank you.
Okay, attaching that to the crew lock back 2.
Look, I'm at the ATFR. I can just get in, right?
That's affirmative. You can ingress. Make sure that the ingress aid is stowed once you're in, and also check that the tethers are clear.
Copy.
As the station flies just to the east of the Greater Antilles from northwest to southeast, Shane Kimbrough is now back at the integrated electronics assembly at the base of the S4 starboard 4 truss solar arrays, where he and Peggy Whitson now will work for the next few minutes in installing the third and final adapter plate into its appropriate slot in the integrated electronics assembly. This slot will remain empty. Nothing will be mounted on top of this slot, just vacated by the movement of the second of the nickel hydrogen batteries that will remain on the International Space Station from one slot to another.
All right, I'm in the ATFR, Peggy.
Once this adapter plate is installed and bolted into place, its data and power cable will be hooked up to the third of the new lithium-ion batteries, and electrical systems officers here in Mission Control will check out its health. The other two lithium-ion batteries are already hooked up to adapter plate cables and are operating in great shape.
And Shane, I'm looking for some checks here. Make sure that the ingress aid is stowed once again. Then there are no tethers in front of you, and please inspect the IA for both interfaces and bridesmaid connectors for FOD.
Okay, look at that's in work. IEA side, nice and clean. No fog. If I get Peggy to help me on that, I'll try to flip this thing around.
Okay, stand by. Headed your way.
Other side looks clear to me, and I'll just leave it for Peggy to look at as well, Luke.
Copy. Thanks, Shane.
Sorry for the wait, Shane.
Oh, no worries. Get that inventory done. That was great. Everything reconfigured.
And Shane Kimbrough awaits Peggy Whitson, who will join him at the Integrated Electronics Assembly. This view of Whitson in her 7th spacewalk, tying the record currently held by Sunny Williams for most spacewalks ever by a woman. Peggy Whitson's first spacewalk coming 14.5 years ago in a Russian Orlan spacesuit as part of the Expedition 5 crew, joining Valery Korzun in August of 2002 to install debris shields on the Zvezda service module.
Okay.
And Peggy, once you get to the IEA, it's up to you if you feel like you need to temp start the curl back number 2.
Okay. I think for the time being, let's just go with it.
Hey, you want to do that because you're going to be driving that boat, right?
Yeah, but I'll do it before we do that. That way you can get your stuff going here.
All right.
Okay, so
Just take a look, Peg, on this side, see if you see anything.
it looks clean.
Okay.
And path looks clean where you're heading. And you need a PG.
Hey, Luke, I have AP Charlie soft dock.
Copy, thank you. You can lock out your red, leaving some slack. And when you're ready to receive the PGT, it's going to be Alpha 7 clockwise 2.
Okay, red is locked out with slack, and Alpha 7 clockwise 2.
So, out of motor, trade to cow pass, back to motor.
The International Space Station flying over the northern coast of Brazil. The third in the series of adapter plates in a position now on the Integrated Electronics Assembly at the base of the starboard 4 truss solar arrays to be bolted into place, and its data and power cable to be hooked up to the third in the series of new lithium-ion batteries.
You guys see?
Peggy. All right, I see it set. Clockwise 2.
We're going for H2 first. You will confirm one line flash, and then we are driving 16, 17 turns to torque.
Copy, Luca. All right, one line flush.
Confirmed.
Driving. I mean, if you think it's going in, Peg, if you got it.
Not moving yet.
Yeah. About now.
Moving. Yep, it's good.
Thanks.
It's good. Lining up with pins. Look at H1 on battery 1 that we're interested in me trying to get right here, right? So I'll DRT to position if that's the right one.
That's correct. It's going to be battery on slot 1.
Look at 9.2, about 17 turns, green light. Right there.
No, you're right, so no worries.
Copy, 19 turns, 9.2 green lights.
I'll need some help over here, Peggy. I don't even think I can reach this.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Want to do yours first?
Oh, because I have to probably ditch the crew out bag to do that.
Okay. Okay. I don't think I can reach that. Can you get in the position to do it or not?
Yeah, I think I can. Stand by. I'm going to have to move my local. Local.
Once this third adapter plate is bolted into place on the integrated electronics assembly, Whitson and Kimbrough will translate to the outboard side of the integrated electronics assembly. That's the 1A power channel side that Kimbrough and Thomas Pesquet will be working on a week from today to loosen the bolts on a middle row nickel hydrogen battery, the third in the series of batteries that will remain on the International Space Station, just to get ahead a bit before it is removed in earnest 1 week from today.
PGT, it's not pressed down all the way.
Yeah.
All right. And there's clearance, right? If we go that angle?
Can you hold the PGT and I'll check clearance?
Okay.
That angle's good.
Okay, great.
I'm going to need to get down here. Myself in now. Okay.
That one's going to, where's this cable getting, we're not connecting it today? Or, okay.
No, we should be connected. Hey, it should be 2 lines, right? Or 1 line flush, right?
1 line. Look on the H1, what is it again?
Okay, we need 2 lines and only 1 flush. So I think you guys are good, and if you feel that it's all
We got it.
Okay.
excellent. You can drive 4 to 4.5 turns to torque, and again, it's alpha 7 clockwise too.
Okay, Peggy's doing it.
4. There it goes.
Great.
Got it. Yeah, we got 9.4 actual tonight.
Yep. Right, so you're going to get that connector, I guess. Where's that routing to? This guy? No, that's an old one.
This guy's new. This
Right
guy's
here?
new. Yeah.
It's going to come around this way? Like if you release that.
Yeah, it doesn't, yeah.
Okay. All right, so do you need this PGT or you need the other one?
I'm going to need the one on me
Okay.
to do the other one, but let's go ahead and get this guy routed. They can figure out.
All right, so you're going to just let this go back to the bag, this PGT?
Yeah, yep. Just
You're connected it?
Yeah, it's connected.
Yeah. Okay, Luca, what's next? We got the T-clamps.
That's affirmative, Shane. One thing I didn't copy was the number of turns on the last H1.
4.5.
Copy 4.5. Thank you, Shane. Once you restore the PGT back at the crew bag number 1, we're going to go through the sequence of releasing the TA clamps and the DMADAT connectors, and for EV2. Remove the connector from the adjacent lithium-ion battery and then transfer the connection.
Okay, we're ready. TA clamps are released. Ready for
3 hours and 49 minutes into today's spacewalk. The third and final adapter plate from the external pallet. This was removed from slot C on the external pallet and now is firmly bolted into place on the integrated electronics assembly. All 3 adapter plates now firmly in place, and soon Peggy Whitson will mate the cable from this 3rd and final adapter plate to the adjacent lithium-ion battery, one of the 3 new batteries in place in the electronics assembly for the 3A power channel on the station, and will stand by for the electrical systems officer here in Mission Control to verify that we have a 3rd battery up and running in good shape.
All right, I got it, Peg.
All right. As soon as I get this off, then hand this guy to you.
Anyway.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, I got it. Trying to get it turned around and look at it. Looks good. Clean, no fog.
Okay.
Can you erase it from me?
Copy all. Thank you, Peggy.
Almost.
Okay.
Peggy Whitson displaying the power and data cable from the 3rd and final adapter plate to be installed on this spacewalk.
I'm going to try and get down in here deep enough to get this cap on. That's a great challenge.
I'll wait on you.
The other 3 adapter plates will be installed during the 2nd spacewalk in the series by Kimbrough and Thomas Pesquet 1 week from today.
Luca, what's the PET?
We are at 3:52, Shane.
352?
That's affirmative. 3 hours, 52 minutes, and 25 seconds.
All right. Thank you.
And we are still about an hour ahead.
Copy.
And for EV1, the Maddox is still at 7 hours.
Copy.
Luca Parmitano, who is the spacewalk choreographer here in Mission Control, confirming that the crew is at least an hour ahead of the timeline. Flight Director Judd Freeling now evaluating the potential for get-ahead work by Kimbrough and Whitson off the get-ahead task list that is in place.
Yeah, no worries. Shut up.
Down, I can pull myself down quite a way.
While you're right there, you want to try the connector?
Sure.
I'll kind of go around you on the other side, I guess.
Okay, this side looks good. No bent, or good pins. DMI. No fog.
Before I go, come to you. Let me put this away.
saw you egressing the APFR and stowing the ingress aid and folded it up. Just for my bookkeeping, can you confirm one more time that you connected the cap and the TA clamps are closed?
No, we have not.
Yeah, we're working on that right now.
My arms are a little short on the other one, so he's going to maybe go try and put the cap on and try and get into a position here where I can get this connector to a little bit different orientation.
Copy all. Thank you, guys.
I'm not sure I can get in there in the local.
I'm going to have to temp stow the lock bag too.
Sorry, Peg.
No, no problem.
And I got J4 cap, Luca, connected.
Copy. Thanks.
Hey, Peg, I got your ret coming if you want it.
Yeah, you can send it back.
Right, coming your way.
Okay. Pass me that connector again.
Sure. Got it?
Okay, got it. All right. Do this again.
Weird, different angle.
That is. There's two actually were pretty handy, but
This one's 180 out.
yeah, further away.
Hold the cable or anything like that.
Let me just try and tighten my VRT just a little bit more.
Okay.
That'll help.
Approaching the 4-hour mark into the spacewalk, the crew running well ahead of its timeline. All three adapter plates have been installed in the integrated electronics assembly. Peggy Whitson holding the data link cable to hook up the adapter plate to the third in the series of new lithium-ion batteries.
20 seconds and over.
You know what?
Okay.
And we're handing over between satellites on the tracking and data relay satellite system. We will reacquire our downlink television signal from the International Space Station momentarily, having just passed the 4-hour mark into this 196th spacewalk in support of space station assembly and maintenance.